2. Best of 2 series here, of course. If you're just tuning in for your first major match, I think you've chosen a good one. Plenty of other Dota going on, and we should give a shout out to the other streams A and B. You can find them by appending your current title, twitch.tv/ESL_Dota2 and ESL_Dota2B.
Good luck, have fun, as Moomiander realizes there's more than one vegan on this team, so he's vegans now. Nice.
It's keeping it open. Keeping it open. Smokes.
Though,
oh, go ahead.
I want to say, not about the vegans at all, but celery, most people think that this his name comes from the vegetable. He's a big fan, or whatever it is. I don't really know. It's a thing. It's a thing people eat. It has no calories. It actually does not come from that whatsoever. Celery was a big fan of Pokemon. And when he was a kid, his favorite Pokemon was Celebi. But he didn't pronounce it correctly, so he called it celery the whole time. And that's where the name comes from. So it has nothing to do with the food, it's just coincidence. That's why it feels like he misspelled the food, right? It's because he's trying to misspell Celebi instead.
Yep. And of course, then after he became vegan, he's like, well, Tofu's vegan, you're getting on my team.
Right, Tofu did go full on in the vegan thing, though, because his name is literally Tofu.
Yeah, it's just Tofu.
It's a beautiful signature as well.
Oh, yeah, that he does.
Yeah.
As does Ace.
As does Ace is the star.
Ace has got a great one. And hopefully you guys can join us. I mean, hey, shout outs to the Arena Days coming up, right?
Yeah.
We're in group stage, but next week, Arena opens up here in Stockholm.
Man, you can get signatures from people, right?
Meet and greets.
The teams will be there for the meet and greets.
You can see Gork co-streaming live.
That's true. Huh? He's going to be co-streaming live? Oh, wow.
I don't know about that,
well,
He's there. He's there, though.
Nobody's going to listen to us anymore, Rich. I think it's fair. I'm going to stop my casting and go.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great. And for now, of course, these two teams looking to make sure that they can stamp their ticket into the upper bracket. They're trying for level 1 First Blood.
And with the Shekels, it might be possible. Tiny doesn't do much. Duracha joins, though, but we did go for level 1 nature attendance. And this is a...
Oh, try and try? Is that what they're thinking?
Maybe. You know what OG called the Gaming Gladiators tri-lane?
What's that?
They call it a salad lane because you have tofu, you have celery, right, which is the food in this case, and Duracha to them sounds like sriracha sauce, which apparently they put in salads. I wouldn't. They do.
I'd be down, actually. I'd be down.
You would eat a celery, tofu, and sriracha salad.
That might be good. I like sriracha.
All right. Fair enough. They do seem like they're going to try lane. This might be the best option, honestly, because you get a solo DK lane versus Legion that deals with this whole problem of Legion being a strong laner. Who cares? DK doesn't care how strong a laner you are, he just farms.
Dude, Quinn is so good. He just absolutely dodged boom there on that little, what is it? It's the static remnants. It's the little things. It's the little things that
That's huge.
break apart this matchup as they do get First Blood top lane. I apologize, fangirling over Quinn.
Nah, it's normal. It's normal. Yeah, they do get the kill on the Enchantress, which is a big deal because this enables us trying a little bit more. And of course, once you get First Blood, you do get the option of TPing down bottom if they want to. But also you're like, well, I kind of want to keep Shaman with the Bloodseeker anyway. There's nothing CM can really do against Legion, so this is a happy tri-lane for them. It's much stronger than the TSM tri-lane, that's for sure.
Yep. And DK even is going to be able to bring a little bit of harass to Brile early. You know,
because he doesn't care.
Some small changes, right, of course, to Moment of Courage. If you saw the Reddit front page, it seems like they have adjusted its past behavior, and it's no longer dealing double damage at level 1, nothing like that, but now you've got to be actively attacking for the chance to deal that counter-attack and lifesteal.
And apparently creeps don't proc it, that's according to what Reddit. I didn't have time to test it, but creeps don't proc it, which is a big deal, which means it's harder for you to get the denies, it's harder for you to harass the enemy carry if they don't attack you either.
Yeah, there was this weird thing going on, in case you're wondering why the heck are they touching LC, where you could kind of bank them. That's been removed. Yeah,
apparently if the creeps touched you, you could proc regardless of if you attacking or not because of how the attack direction was working. You know the Dota saying, right? You remove 1 bug, create 5. That's how it works.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But yeah, DK, I mean, in general, this DK versus LC matchup is just, you know what a DK player is like, right? He has to set the alarm to make sure he doesn't fall asleep in the middle of the game. Imagine being Ace and you go from playing Meepo to DK. What does that feel?
Well, I mean, last game, Lycan, right?
That's much more exciting. Yeah.
Well, even still, his lockdown's going to be much appreciated. As Celery taking a bit of a beating here. It might just die to the Moon Meandered right clicks. Is going to go actually to the ones from Dubu as Tomato. It's been focus fired by Duracha and Tofu. That last full Lethal Shock level 1 will secure the kill, but it looks like it'll be a 2-1 here in favor of TSM as Tofu taking a sweet time to die, trying to dodge, but Duracha there not going to be able to help him out too much. Duracha with the thirst, looking for a +1 here. Avo might be able to get him.
Yeah, I think he will. Moomiander is fast, but that 10 movement speed actually probably allowed him to get 1 extra hit there before he went under the tower.
Oh, right, yeah. That's minus 10 movement speed on the Coddle to be specific, yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
And they did kill the carry for that. I did like that Celery decided that rather than trying to run away, which he knew he couldn't, he just kept attacking with his measly 50 attack damage just to make sure the kill on Tiny happened. So, commending for that. A lot of times, Dota engagements, people try to do things that are just not going to happen, and accepting death and playing around it is oftentimes better for supports.
A taste of things to come as Moonmeander is going to give that first truck on Magic to Quinn after he refills the bottle. Sparring here over the 4-minute water rune. Celery's nearby to make sure they can at least guarantee one, but Quinn eager to at least threaten to fight.
Yeah.
As what's going on here? Tofu being bullied. This is going to bring Tomato very far from the lane, however.
Yes. Tofu will try to heal back up with the shackles and with the magic stick as well. They do force a lot of rotations here, and as you said, I mean, this made Tomato leave the lane. He does farm slower as well because of those changes to the tree, and Bloodseeker is one of the fastest farmers in the game.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Bloodseeker, one of your favorite heroes. It's still your Steam profile picture, isn't it?
He is my favorite hero, yeah. And once you get the early Maelstrom, especially if you're allowed to go for this build of 2 points in Blood Rage, usually the ideal build for a Bloodseeker carry is 2-1-2, right? And right now it seems like he's going for that, so he's really happy. Duracho is one of my favorite Bloodseeker players, by the way. He plays a really good Bloodseeker, and I think he will outfarm the Tiny, and he's a real threat because you can actually buy Shard kind of early this game and just kill Tiny much earlier than he can actually attack you at all.
Yep, that's going to be that percentage-based damage, of course, on the Shard coming in handy against the tanky Tony.
And as they do set up for another potential kill here with a Frostbite, but they realize Tiny's a hard kill. Instead go for the Enchantress, there's the toss, they kill Celery with it. And Celery very sad, realizing this is why you should not play Crystal Maiden. You are made out of paper.
Yeah, you are, even with the buffs. Boom, dropping a bit low, pulls Quinn underneath the tower, and the Fortify being used there to make sure Quinn doesn't tank tower shots. Quinn with 2 bottle sips, big wand. It's going to stick, pardon me. We'll pop that now. And even has a Fairy Fire. 1 more sip to make use of, but Boom's going to get a refill. He's level 6. Has actually beaten Quinn to the punch here to the level 6.
Yep. That's common. I mean, even though the Ember is really good against Storm in the mid game, the lane tends to be Storm favored, as he does win most melee matchups in general, right?
Yep.
And later on, it's going to be... The great thing about Quinn is that he doesn't need to get items to be useful against Storm. It's just a slight plus Searing Chains combo.
I like this. GG, they're really prioritizing this mid lane. They've got 2 supports here, but Quinn's level 6. The zip in time. They will not have the damage required, but now Tofu getting stomped here a little bit. There's going to be Celery coming in handy with the Frostbites. Minute 6 rune, also spawning bottom first power rune, and here it goes into the hands of the Maiden. But Arcane rune, lots of mana regen.
Yeah. I mean, no mana regen, right? Off the Arcane rune, just the cooldown mana cost reduction.
Oh, true.
The Frostbite onto Dubu. Dubu activates Nature Tennis. Says goodbye to your Arcane rune. Quinn is coming. They want to kill the supports. I think Celery might need to accept that he's Celery.
And they even actually trigger the TP here from the Ember.
Which is probably the best thing they could do here. Dubu, not level 6 yet, so this kill is not that difficult. Boom can just murder him. That's exactly what they'll do. And Quinn decided either A, that it was not worth to try to fight that, or B, he was already so far from the lane. Why even try, right?
Yeah, I agree. I want to say I like the move there from Tofu. Right, I'm a big fan, of course, and all. But
I am too.
Storm doesn't really have a lane to gank here, it feels like. Quinn is a hard kill, right? You need the supports to come to you. Tiny, like, forget about it in the early game, right? And the LC even is going to be quite tanky. So I think giving the Storm kills is maybe not what you want to be doing here, but either way, the hero farms, you pull him out of lane. Not that big of a deal.
No, exactly. Both of these mid laners are really good at recovering in general as well.
On to Duracho here, gets out the blood right, and that'll scare him away. Duracho needs a creep to hit and won't be forced away from them.
And he's someone who does not like to recover. You know, the Bloodseeker tends to win his lanes. Are very used to getting that amount of farm. And you saw here, right? He got the 1 point in Blood Rage, but still maxing Thirst, acknowledging that he's not going to have this free farming, especially because, of course, he's in the offlane playing it.
The cores will lick their wounds and go in for battle again. This time, though, Gaimin Gladiators have brought both their supports along with them. Duracho, though, wants level 6. That is, of course, the downside of your tri-lane, as you split XP, assuming everyone's in range evenly. Doesn't matter who gets the last hit.
Once he gets at level 6, they do have a lot of kill potential. Shaman carries so many stuns that the idea of TPing in front of him is laughable.
Yeah, no way. Town Porter Scroll, usually the bane of this Bloodseeker's existence. Not a big issue here, as Tofu, who is going to protect the regen for Boom, and Quinn is quick to get out of that one. Didn't like the optics there.
Yeah, I mean, you see the regen on the Storm, and you just got to leave. It is very, very strong right now. Currently only level 1 Searing Chains. You need more points than that. Quinn needs that experience right now, but he is going to be going for Sleight of his Flame Guard, instead just trying to maximize his farm early. Are there any stacks for him, though?
Over here now.
I do not see any.
Small one here for Boom, and he'll farm this one happily with the regeneration rune.
Yeah, but you have Moonmeander on Coddle. I guess this is another effect of the tri-lane, right? So you have to stay in the lane, because otherwise you lose it. You didn't have time for Coddle to stack for you. And now Quinn has nothing to, help him farm like he did last game.
Yeah, fairly significant as well, right? Because the Ember did receive very slight, but I would say noticeable nerfs here to the Sleight of Fist. No pun intended there, unfortunately.
Yep, true. As Dubu. Once again, it's going to be the kill on the Enchantress using the Shackle. Good use of the Whirlwind. A lot more Wild Wing usage this major.
Yeah, I'm a fan of it.
Me too.
Yeah, it's a decent idea, but of course, Boom, he just zips a little bit further, and he will collect that kill. Triple null, tally build, power treads. Will it be the BKB? Probably for Boom.
Take the top tower here for Gaimin Gladiators. One of the advantages, of course, is that of running the tri-lane like this, is that your carry is already in the lane where you want to take the tower. So rotating all your supports there is fine, because you're creating space for him anyway, and you're protecting him. And Bloodseeker being a strong laner allows him to take an early tier 1. Now TSM will try to mimic this, but they have a harder time. They do have an Ench, but it's going to take him a bit more commitment here. Right?
Yep, exactly. DK's down bottom. He gets a little bit of chip damage, and, quarter HP off of the tier 1 ain't bad. But that's not his main objective, and he knows that, right? So he's going to TP top. DK, not the kind of hero that usually sits bottom and defends waves, right? You need a little bit more range than that. And you'd better use him to push a tower. So he's going to do exactly that, as Gaimin Gladiators will acquiesce the tier 1 tower down bottom, and we're even in towers at the 10-minute mark.
Yep. Probably going to take the next objective by Gaimin Gladiators and TSM will be to fight for that mid-tier 1. The advantage of TSM in this fight is that you have Coddle to defend it and Enchantress to just send creeps towards it. So you're in a pretty good position. But of course, Gaimin Gladiators, the moment they get a good fight, DK will just take it for you.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what's probably as well on Gaimin Gladiators' minds right now is getting this first Aegis on Storm. I know we're really early, but of course these Shaman wards do increase damage because they're Pierce type to Roshan.
True.
And he can basically, especially with level 3 Shackles, Tofu can almost solo Rosh.
It's true.
So you don't need very much. You got a DK to tank, but you should leave him in one of the lanes so that enemies just assume, Shaman's missing, he's probably stacking, right? And then you bring in the Storm for a little bit of extra damage. He collects the Aegis. Fights are easy.
Honestly, it could be the DK just to tank instead, right? Because I do think that's maybe necessary. You don't really have much more damage. We'll see what they decide to do. They are Radiant, so they have an advantage in sneaking in Rosh here. As the Bloodseeker, Racho activated the Blood Rage. They actually want to fight this, apparently. Boom, but Quinn's too fast on that Sleight of Fist, and he gets away.
Here they go. They're doing just that right
There's
into the
DK.
pit. TSM, they've got a couple heroes mid, but Bryle is pushing bottom very aggressively. Tier 1 tower is up. Boom.
Ace is like,
cosplaying a ward. He's going to get a D ward, or he's going to prevent the D ward, and this is huge. Having the vision around the pit now, it probably means TSM knows that Rosh is going on, but whether they can really do anything about it is an entirely different question.
Yep. I mean, since you're Radiant, we've seen a lot of Shaman and Dire from both EU and SA, and what they do is they kind of sneak it without the enemy team knowing. But when you're Radiant, you kind of have to force it, because you have the better fight anyway. It's near your triangle, so putting more resources there at least secures it. Of course, TSM knows they can't stop this. Instead, they try to go for the tower mid. Boom, could be in trouble. Searing Chain, as soon as Quinn comes out, he's been hexed. Now the Shackles on top of that. They can't cancel these Shackles yet. Bryle wanted to go in, but instead to let Quinn tank the full Shackles, as he'll be able to survive them.
Yeah, not too big of a concern. Maiden's not here for the extra damage. I believe Duracio as well was farming. He's almost got Maelstrom online, so he'd much rather just kind of focusing on accelerating his farm here. DK, though, Ace with a very speedy Ag Scepter. Sorry, Ag Scepter, that would be crazy. A Blink Dagger.
Yes. The first key item for that DK, immediately into the shard as well. It's important to get a relatively nice Blink Dagger timing, because it allows you to get a shard around minute 15. And after that, whatever you get, it doesn't matter. It's all about the shard and the Blink Dagger.
You know what, I'm a bit more convinced that we'll probably see a little bit more Ench than I was expecting to see. I mean, that's a little ridiculous, that tomato just immediately back onto there. And Ace, actually, funny enough, a former Hellbear Smasher himself.
That's true. As he wants to kill the person who controls his favorite creep, but unfortunately, it is an Enchantress, so that's not possible.
Tomato's nearby. He's got to toss back to tier 2. They're going to execute that flawlessly. Ace trying to TP away. No more stuns, and he will make it out.
Here we're seeing one of the weaknesses in Gaimin Gladiators lineup. Even though you have a DK, you just don't have damage. So you have to wait until Bloodseeker kind of gets online. And once he does, you'll be able to get these pickoffs easily. But for now, Shaman, CM, and DK, unless you commit Snakes or Freezing Field, you're not even going to kill the Enchanters.
Friesenfield getting some significant buffs here, actually.
Yes.
The radius is, I mean, that sounds not a lot, but you have to remember it's AoE. So that you're increasing it by 20 pi r squared. Or sorry. What is that? So, well, you can
20
ignore the
squared times pi.
20 squared, which you ignore. So it's 400 is the AoE increase.
Like in total area.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's major, especially because you get like 30 or it's like 300 explosions or something on this maiden ulti. It's good.
Oh, they're gonna go for a kill here. They're gonna utilize the storm. They need this first
to
attack
stack
though.
the
Saves
stuns.
Quinn. And boom. Now needing to retreat, they go back to the high ground. They go for the easy kill apparently. They're trying to on Timado. It didn't really work out. Instead, they're going to lose two, apparently, as one of them at least had the H's. Freezing Phil out to zone out the rest of the enemy team, saving the storm, and they will kill off Bryle at least. Duracho also joining in. Okay, everyone's low. Duracho is here to feed, and he's going to kill Moonmeander first. Now they got Timado as well, thanks to that rupture. Duracho joining in, as any Bloodseeker should, at the tail end of the fight, just to snag the kills.
Man, and yeah, they lose Aegis for that, but you're not ready. You don't have the resources. You don't have the cooldowns even this early on, Alvo, to take on a Storm a second time with full HP and mana, and you just gotta regen. I mean, you gotta be kidding me. They're gonna make another jump onto Quinn. They're not ready for this. In they go again, full mana, and Quinn back to the fountain.
Yeah, boom once more. He wants Dubu, but once again, he just gets annoyed and decides to leave as the Frostbite gets rid of Dubu's creep. And in fact, Boom could be a bit in trouble. He's low on mana. The duel hits him. Chakra Magic on Moonmeander, so he can set up an Illuminate. Will it hit in time? It will, but not enough damage. Boom barely gets a zip away. And that will allow him to survive this engagement.
Wow.
As GG take the tower. Their tower mid lane still surviving against an Ench. But don't worry, TSM is on it.
And I mean, with the dream game right now for this Storm Spirit, right? He's got the triple null tally, a Fairy's Trinket. Now, he is going to be going, speaking a little bit here about our Storm itemization. Storm Spirit started the 731 patch, still kind of going for that earlier BKB, and then lots of null tallies into BKB once everyone realized how ridiculous that was. But then we saw the resurgence, of the Kaya and Sanj, specifically with that 25 talents. We'll take another look at this. I mean, again, this looks like a dumb TP from Quinn, but he has no idea, really, that there's full mana on Boom. Again, a third time, essentially, just to show how important that first Aegis is.
Yeah.
But tell me, I mean, are you a fan of this Kaya and Sanj build?
On the Storm?
Yeah.
I think it's... Oh, okay, well, he actually decided against it, so...
He's
gonna go for BKB. I was gonna say, I think it's okay, but I'd much rather see him go for BKB or Witchblade. Especially because you're up with a Bloodseeker, man. I can't imagine a better timing to have than Bloodseeker BKB and Storm BKB. Nothing survives these two heroes. Like, Bloodseeker is one of the strongest carries for the 2 minutes he has the BKB first.
Sure.
And then he falls off. But for those 2 minutes, dude, you're gone.
Do you think Shard's a necessity to get through this tiny, or do you think you don't care? Okay.
No, maybe later for sure.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
right now,
in the BKB timing specifically.
He's just so good as a hero early. He just kind of snowball out of control. He has good farm. He's utilizing well that Blood Rage.
Timado tanking up fairly well. He's got a decent amount of attack speed now as he builds into the Shadow Blade on top of the Echo Saber. But even 2200 HP, I mean, with these Maelstrom procs, that is going to be ticking down rather quickly. Mid lane, DK Ace sitting in some fire, as he is going to get a blink in a second. Quinn unable to do really much versus the tanky hero, even with a Maelstrom of his own. He does try and get his own BKB online. He's fairly far behind, though, by something like 1400, one full component.
Yeah.
Of the Storms, pardon.
Oh, the Storms?
Yeah.
Okay.
Accelerate. That's just going to be dual damage here for free. Bryle will take that. Level 2 duel. It's going to be now 30 total damage.
The other person going for BKB as we're talking about is, of course, to be Quinn. And he's also 2 full components.
Yeah. He's pretty far away. Yeah, so he's gonna really need that one if he wants to live through these stuns and safely make these jumps in. I think unlike his younger brother, I want to say, Storm Spirit, I think an Ember is better off using them a little bit more aggressively.
Sure. I will say that TSM, though, doesn't rely on these BKB. Like, these are survival BKB timings, right? Yes. We just need to be able to get them so we can win a fight or two and make it to the late game. You're not as concerned as the Gaming Gladiators guys who really want to use this window opportunity to destroy the enemy team. Good
awareness by TSM. They've got some really nice wards set up here as they expect some aggression towards this top lane. Boom sends back, does not avoid the Illuminate damage, but you can't take it more than once from Illuminate.
Oh, right, that's true. Yeah. A lot of the wave spells are like that, right?
Yeah, that'd be a little dumb, right?
Yeah. It could be a lot of strategies with that, right? Like you toss someone that you're faster than the wave.
I think for the most part, people would go, well, yeah, of course. But it's different when you do, because you do go invulnerable in the ball lightning. Maybe that resets it or something. But no, you can only get hit once per cast.
Exactly. Timado, by the way, well, the Tiny is not going to be going for the build we're seeing a lot. The Chinese build of the Tiny with the Moon Shard, right? This is a much more normal standard Tiny with the Echo Saber. It's kind of necessary because the Moonshard build, however good it looks, is pretty bad if your enemy team is just too fast, right? And then this is the case, right? Not only does DK stop you with Breathe Fire early, so you're looking to be a bit more diverse as a carry and have an earlier momentum with the Avalanche plus Toss, but also the Bloodseeker is kind of unbeatable. If you just go straight Moonshard while you're farming it, he'll kill you 5 times, and then your game's over.
All right, Oppo, it's almost time here. Boom is just a camp away from his own BKB. They're not going to wait for aces. BKB is ready, and Duracio has revealed it. Likely doesn't want to wait for Basher, as of course Quinn is quickly farming up a BKB of his own. LC doing the same, and this Tiny is still not online with his shard, so his farm speed is not the fastest. Not as fast as it used to be anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, that shard is also a little bit late, I guess. I mean, he's going for the Shadow Blade to be able to engage more with his team. Maybe the shard nerfs also made him consider this, but considering we've seen a lot of the Moonshard Tinies, I don't think that it's that big a change. I think it's the build is the same. Just this game feels like it's getting out of control.
It feels like a risky play. I think it allows you to get the jump onto the... speaking of jumps.
What a blood right there. Duracio might be able to get away. Thanks to that blood right, he actually wants to re-engage. What's he doing, Duracio? Okay, he gets off, and in fact, it's Boom, who instead kills off Bryle. Moonmeander's also dead. Duracio just wants to heal back up, but the Phrasing Field is putting Timado in a pickle. Do they have any stuns? They don't... Oh, they will need them.
30 HP.
He gets away with just 30 HP. The amount of HP on this rock is ridiculous. Dubu also TP's off, and Quinn's... Sorry, not Quinn's. TSM is going to be able to survive this. I cannot believe, though, that the miscalculation from Bryle is actually why they end up losing the fight.
That was so close. I mean, not to say it was a panic TP, but basically a panic TP from Timado. He doesn't even TP to the fountain. He TPs to like a tier 3. He just was like, get me out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, and that was close. Would love to see how close that one is. In fact, we have the technology here.
Look at that. That jump into the blood right? Just the, microsecond of miscalculation was essentially what loses them the whole fight. And the fact that Duracio even calls his team and goes, we can go on this. Like, we can win this fight. What a quick thinking, and that's going to hurt Bryle a lot. As TSM, they need to rethink what they need to rethink their game strategy, because now it might be the time to just start to gain some space, start to gain some time. Fighting against Gaimin Gladiators seems a little bit impossible with this double BKB timing. And they just realized that if you can't win a fight like that, you know. Of course, pickoffs are always an option, and they might just try this again, but with a better initiation. But they did see how scary it is to do this against the Storm.
I want to quickly touch upon Moonmeander's
Ace has
item.
BKB already. Ooh, no. Triple BKB.
Triple BKB, and this is going to make this item for Moon feel a little bit weaker, right? He's got this Orchid completed, hasn't really found a good target with it. It's kind of doubtful that he will now with the triple BKB, that triple dispel.
Yep.
Not going to really aid him greatly as Tofu. It's got Snakes in 10. Duracio and Boom now with his DD rune. I think, they're going to get through it the old-fashioned way.
Yep. The Bloodseeker way, right? Just power through. And you already have the shard now on Duracio as well. That's going to be a big deal to deal with a Tiny. Next fight, might see it in action. I think Dubu's enchant has to be used to dispel that Blood Rage now. Not that it... I mean, before you could have had to do the same thing. Yep. But now it's crucial. He can just get through your Tiny easily.
Okay, so 4K net worth lead here for the Gaimin Gladiators. TSM now, the second Aegis here, they're going to lose out on. I'm not sure who picked up that shard. It was Boom, actually. He's already got it online. So the Electric Rave ready to go.
Oh, that's huge with a high attack speed hero like Bloodseeker as well.
Oh, yeah. It's very nice. Things are starting to look bad, but...
Wait till CM gets the level 20 talent without
oh, yeah, let's see that. Does she still have that? I haven't seen her in forever.
It does.
200 attack speed, what do you do?
He actually might be dead. They cancel his TP, the Rupture doesn't allow him to leave. And Bryle also...
Just a tiny miscalculation. Boom, he turned around, he lost vision beyond the tree. Could have been a sick double kill, but still, the kill into Tomato is a big deal, pardon me.
That is a big deal. That nice cancel TP is really difficult to use it. In the mid lane, Boom was like, guys, Ichi, it wasn't your draft that lost the game.
This hero, I mean, What, that was Kaya, sure, but 2 null talismans. He's not even actually holding on to the trinket. Yeah.
Yeah, Grove Bow instead to max amplify his damage, right? No need for the Witchblade either. And he did go for static remnant damage as well, so just full damage.
Oh, they caught Quinn. The stun to follow up. It's here, and they don't have the LC press the attack. She TP'd elsewhere. Tofu. Just a free catch there for Tofu.
Tofu says well played to himself. Nice. Nobody answers, by the way.
Well played to the DK for being there. It's a team game. And
it's a team game.
When I started this long point, when it was a 3K net worth lead, has just ballooned into a 7K net worth lead. We're still conserving this Aegis on Boom. He's back. He's going to continue this push. I was going to say, GG, their push, not the best. They have Serpent Wards, yes. They have DK form, but the D push and the chip damage really is pretty decent from TSM. So high ground is not really all that trivial.
No.
What a blink from Tofu.
Okay, Tofu does manage to avoid this, but he's still been silenced. Tofu, actually, they duel him instead as they're killing that Tiny. Timado for Tofu is a trade that GG is willing to take as Boom continues this, going for Dubu. Dubu tanking a fair amount instead of go, right, let's just kill LC in the meanwhile as Dubu still alive. But when his core's dead, does it even matter it lasted this long? Not at all.
And this is just looking really rough for TSM, isn't it? I mean, that's a fight it feels like they just could not afford to lose. That needed to be an instant pick there onto the Shaman into maybe just backing off in general. Oh, it's still Boom with Aegis here. You only lose the Shaman. And again, at least the push isn't too punishing here, especially with Quinn now pushing out bottom. But the net worth lead continues to grow now up to 8K. B charge is used at the very least.
Yeah.
But a basher in that fight for Dyrachyo, right? Which is, he's very eager to show that one off.
Really grasping at straws when you have to say BKB used. At least we wasted one resource somewhat.
BKB, I mean, I think it makes a bit of a difference here. Allows your Coddle to really continue to pump out the damage. Maybe Orchid becomes relevant at that stage.
That's true. I was wondering who had the Orchid. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, Solar Crest on the CM as well. Another beautiful jump by Tofu. Still has the shackles, and he's silenced anyway. That was amazing.
First hit bash by Dyrachyo. He's like, just in case you thought you had a chance there, you didn't.
Someone stopped Tofu, man. There's these hexes. 2 times in a row, he's pretty much just soloing Quinn. I mean, okay, Dyrachyo's helping with the damage, right? But he's the reason why Quinn dies.
Yeah, sure. I mean, really incredible plays. Tofu's playing a fantastic game here. Right?
Yeah, he is.
He may be vegan, but he's not against turning people into chickens.
And eating them. Well, I guess he lets Dyrachyo do that, because he's the Bloodseeker. Yep. In general, the GG lineup is just very easy to execute as well. Like, you have 2 blink stuns, can't get easier than that. You have the Storm to follow up. Bloodseeker runs at it at the map.
Oh my god, he's gonna... This is just... Oh, come on, Alba. What do you do here? There goes Boom.
Oh, no. Timado.
Oh, my lord.
Okay, they catch Moon instead. At least Timado will live for now, which is good, because he's like, he was thinking of going there to farm, and now his Shadow Blade's going to run out, and he's just going to go back to base. He's wasted a bunch of time here. That's bigger than the Moon Meander kill, honestly. Just Timado doing nothing for a solid, what, 30 seconds now?
Yeah, I mean, it's 3 cores straight 1, 2, 3 here for Gaimin Gladiators, as they don't want to open up their tournaments going 0-2.
Why is Ace so far? What is he? The Fireball, man. Just making him more of a core than an offlaner should be.
Shackles.
This time with a Fireball.
Yeah, I mean, that certainly could do. He still has Arcane Rune, oh my goodness, on Boom and the DD active. I mean, again, just the tiniest of nerfs really to this Fireball. 5 seconds, or 5 DPS. It's. I don't think it's really much to really consider. Yeah, changing the builds. Yep. Certainly not for Ace. He's got a full BKB.
Nah, it's still amazing, right? And Ace has been playing a DK game. Now with the Axe, he also becomes kind of a pseudo carry, honestly. At this point, Bryle. Okay, he pressed the attack. He was hoping to duel, but instead he's gonna be hunted.
Yeah, the Orchid from downtown there by Moonmeander. Light form, of course, means he can cast that from Omega far away, but Boom's not even frightened. He doesn't even pop the BKB. He doesn't care.
Oh, time for the towers to fall as well as Ace. He gets close to that tier 3, and they're gonna just let him do his thing. They're gonna Blood Rage him.
Just cut Axe.
Huh? Easy. I guess you can drop snakes too. There we go. Tofu.
These fights are looking like nearly untakeable for TSM. I don't know how you do it. There's so many redundant stuns. Quinn, BKB, yes, strong, but he lacks the damage with this build. He's just got Maelstrom, really, and Sleight of Fist.
I mean, Blood Rage plus Solar Crest as well makes it for the easiest push in the world. Seriously. Once they got Solar Crest, we talked about how they have good high guard defense on TSM, and it's true, but not if you can just throw the DK at them.
Yep. Aegis reclaimed, so Boom's not up the high ground here. No need for him to take an unnecessary death, as he has not taken one this game. 5-0-10 on the Storm Spirit. He is playing a fantastic game.
I love that they also hexed the creep there, by the way, just to make sure that the enchanters couldn't even do like the deep pushing and the aggroing of the creeps. As TSM, they're just trying to find farm, and Timado is the best they can do right now. The laking could still potentially be theirs if, you know, Gaimin Gladiators stop playing for a while.
It's looking, yeah, it's starting to get dire here for TSM. They're going to sweep and smoke across the map, and TSM, they're trying to get some farm, and at least Quinn's not out in front, but they see him. Boom pops the BKB, searching for his elder brother. Instead, we'll settle for the keeper of the life. The elemental is Quinn with a BKB of his own, chasing down Tofu. Abo, can he get that kill?
Tofu will actually die here thanks to that BKB on Quinn, but Quinn is out of BKB, which means he's now susceptible to stuns. Track and Tail will hit him. The two will try to save him, but it's not going to be enough. Quinn still falls, and Timado's damage is not sufficient. In fact, it's barely tickling the enemy team. Duracho decides to just kill him as they also finish off Bryle, and the GG is called. Gaimin Gladiators will swiftly take game number 2, showing TSM they can also stomp.
Yeah, and what a great game. Perhaps TSM a little bit, in shock after that one. Not really ready for